Let's see, that's the exact sound you want. So a lot of times you'll see me holding the harp like this. This time we're gonna hold it like this. Can you see? You see the difference? Because we're going for a wah sound that you can clearly hear by listening to the intro video that I just recorded for all the viewers out there at 2:30 in the morning. And so we're playing a Honer Special 20, a C harp, progressive, and we're starting out on the 6-hole draw. And we're including the 7 draw, but the note we're going for is the 8-hole draw. So that sounds confusing, but we're going from the 6-hole draw to the 8-hole draw, and we're including the 7. But the goal is to go for this round sound when you're including all the notes, and that's kind of the challenge, to include the speed and the roundness, so to speak, and the clarity. And so you have to listen to the little video I did to get an idea about it. And I did a couple of different versions saying, oh, this one sounds a little bit better, this one sounds a little bit better, because there's a random element to it too. Then you know what comes next. Starting the 4-hole draw there. Is that right? No. After that side to side part, you go to the 5 draw, the 6 blow, ending on the 4 draw that time. And not worrying about vibrato with this, it's just kind of steady. Now I slowed it down to half speed, but whatever speed you're at when you hear the drums, boom, 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 you know, to start tapping your foot. So just do it from this part here. Let's see, that's the exact sound you want. So that time you would go to the 7 blow and open up your hands. Now here, this time, you notice you're leaving out that last note, ending on the 8 draw. Not the 9 draw, not the 10. Then 5 draw, 5 blow. 4 draw, 4 blow. Then one last time with the side to side. And with a blow on the 6. then a wow wow on the 4-hole. And actually you tap with the tongue, sorry. I think I'd say that. You end it down wow like this. Actually a little bend on it. I do anyway. And you just try to sustain it as long as you can. I know people on YouTube don't have an attention span of a flea, so I keep the shorts pretty short, but at the end there you want to try to sustain a little bit. Because even at half speed it has its tricks, but no real bending with this other than that little 4-hole draw bend. But that you don't need to do that. That's if you want it. It just sounds right. And so I can't play this on my Hohner crossover because the 8-hole draw on that doesn't work. And I made the video saying how these harp teachers say it's all down to your technique. And I can get an 8-hole draw on this special 20. But the crossover, it must need some kind of adjustment because it doesn't work at all. And that's too bad because I carry that crossover with me all the time. I would play this song more often. It's kind of hard to describe when you're doing that move there, that iconic move. It's hard to describe when you're getting it right or how to do it exactly right, but your ears will tell you, and you'll say something isn't right, you're not including the 8-hole draw right, or the timing isn't right, because it starts out kind of spaced out and then it comes together. And there's a lot of ways it can go haywire or sound slightly off, so you just have to listen and say in your mind, oh, that sounds perfect, and be critical. And I'm my own worst critic when it comes to this stuff also, and I wouldn't say I played it perfectly there at the beginning, and sometimes I just say, well, I'll play it real perfect up until the last note and then it falls apart, and that's the way that happens sometimes. So what I put up is a version that I find acceptable, basically, because what I did was I reviewed this song for the first time in months. The other day I deleted the old version I have, so I don't even to make storage space, so I don't even have that for reference. I may have played it faster than this, but what I did this time was I just slowed it down all the way down, half speed. Boom, 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 boom. And like I said, the harp has to be held like this for this because you are going for the wah sound, and that's why this song is very well suited for this harp. I mean, or for your harp. Because how many songs really have a really strong wah sound like that? Suited for harmonica playing. I can't think of one with a stronger one than that. But I was mostly focused on what that is, just my interpretation of it, and as well as, like I said, the clarity of the notes, the tone, and the timing. These things are what you need to do, and I am in a tired state playing this. It's very late. I'm not making any excuses. I'm just saying that the vibe was there tonight, so I recorded it tonight. That's the way it went. But sometimes if you play something all night for the first time in a while, and then you wait till the next day, then you kind of come back refined, refreshed, and then you would get it first try. But me, I have no patience. I'd like to torture myself, and that's the way that went. Because what I do is, as far as these videos, when I do the lessons, I'll record a version of whatever I'm doing the lesson on. And then when I have that performance aspect of it, later on I'll put that as a shorts, basically. And that'll be in case people aren't interested in the how to play aspect of it, they can see the same thing, just the shorts version. Because shorts, I just not throw them together, but I don't put a lot of emphasis on like just spamming out shorts because they're like I said, they're overdone. I'm not sure if the last time if I played it faster than this. The video's on here, so I guess I'll leave it up. The old one. Or I'm wearing the same shirt. This is like my Western theme shirt when I do all the Western videos. And I'll do another one similar to this soon. But I gotta piece this video together and then I gotta get ready for work on Saturday. So, but I just wanted to say that it's make those few points about the wah sound to go for that and try to mimic what my hands are doing. Try to mimic the timing because I nailed the timing, and as well as when your ear tells you that you're not getting that 6 to 8 part right, and you got to believe it and say, okay, wait a minute now. I got to be critical because it's actually, you're not really meant to be playing the 7-hole draw, but it sounds absolutely fine. So when you include it, you have to be certain that the 8-hole draw sounds round, like I said, like you're including all the correct notes and just in a way that sounds pleasing, and you'll know whether or not it does. And sometimes it sounds a little different than others. That's just the way this sort of tune is. A lot of songs, sometimes you're gonna play it slightly differently, and you'll play that and you'll say, oh, that sounds nice, and you can't recreate that one particular aspect. That's why whenever I record something I like, I put a heart on it, and I can't afford to save everything. But I often filter out, and I played this for a couple of hours today. So, we don't always go for perfection, but I try to go for something I can live with, you know. Because I'll tell you, each one of these videos makes me a better player. I would never push myself to this limit if I wasn't trying to record something that potentially the world was going to see. I should have brought the water. My throat's real raspy right now. But and so the YouTube thing is like killing two birds with one stone, really. It's the channel's there documenting what I'm doing, progress, sharing tips, lessons, but also it causes me to get better by going into perfectionist mode. And you need a motivation to be like a perfectionist, and for me it's the video. If I wasn't recording it, it would never happen. I would practice. I'd probably be learning even more new material, but I'd probably be forgetting half of the old stuff that's not in the current roster, because I have a current roster of things on the C harp, loads of songs, and on all the harps. But there's things I circulate on the C harp all the time, and this isn't one of them because I don't have the 8-hole draw on my crossover, the access to it. It just doesn't play. But this is proof I can play the 8-hole draw. I mean, here's a 10. It's way too late for me. Sorry about all that, but just proving a point that I can play the 8-hole draw on this harp. And on this crossover I can't, so that's why I don't play this song that often, because I always have that crossover in my pocket. And for this song, that 8-hole draw is essential. The same reason I don't play that song Scarborough Fair on the crossover. You know, it's the same idea. But yeah, this is I hope that explains it for you. Gradually speed it up. I wouldn't slow it down any more than I did. Unless you want to slow down my particular video, that might be a cool idea. But if you're playing along with the original, I already slowed it down to exactly half speed of the original, so you know, you don't want to go distorting it. But what I did was start it out maybe like 80% speed, and I said, you know what, let's just slow it all the way down to half speed. And I wouldn't say it was secrets revealed because I already knew how to play this, but it made it a little more manageable, let's just say. It's one of those tunes, one of the Western. Well, I'll add this to the Western playlist. I got a Western playlist going now, and I don't know, man, it's real hard to reach those 500 subscribers. I've never seen such a difficult thing. It's so fickle. I mean, maybe I need to put out some stuff with no integrity to it, and then that'll blow up. But I don't operate that way. Sometimes I put a whole night's effort into one creation, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do, and I don't care. I don't check Facebook notifications. I use Facebook and Reddit like a tool. Reddit is disgusting. You can't even search for the term cover songs without being suggested just absolute filth and horror. The whole society is just like degrading, and Reddit is a prime example. Reddit is disgusting, man. And Facebook, I just use it like a tool. I don't check notifications. I'm like a fly on the wall on there. And I haven't sold anything on Massachusetts Marketplace in a long time. That was one of my main reasons for being on there. Deleted more friends than you could imagine. And it's just, who knows what's going to happen, man, you know? That's the latest story. You know, with me, you get the inside things. This is not tabbed out type of nonsense. I memorize all these songs. That's why I don't bring you a song unless I've memorized it. That's why I haven't played this one for you yet, because I'm still working it out, memorizing it. But this will be coming soon. I'll end it.